I'm Dr. Akilah Cadet, and this is Humane Rights, a show that flips the traditional talk show on its head. This isn't about debate, it's about dialogue. Each episode, I invite guests from different walks of life to unpack the messy, beautiful realities of being human. Welcome to Humane Rights, where being human is the ultimate act of resistance. Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Welcome to Humane Rights. I have been waiting to interview you. I'm so excited. We're going to get into it because I love and adore you. I really do. I really do. But we'll get into that. But first, I would love for you to just do a little bio, a little intro of yourself, and starting with your pronouns and image description. I'll role model. My name is Dr. Akilah Cadet. My pronouns are bad bitch or she, her. I am a zaddy today.
Very much so. Is this for me?
It is 100% for you.
Jesus.
100% for you. I was like, you know what? Let me bring her out. So I'm wearing a vintage brown Christian Dior oversized men's blazer that I love. I'm wearing my mom's Calvin Klein striped blue and white t-shirt from the 90s. I'm wearing this random brown, different red colored tie,
vintage.
Wearing jeans. Yes. Oh, vintage tie for sure. This is $1.49 at Goodwill. Vintage. Well, now they're going to be vintage jeans from Mara Hoffman, RIP. The designer shut down the business. And then black little vintage Prada loafers.
Come on.
With white socks with a C on them.
What's the C for?
Change Cadet.
Come on.
Blonde braids going down my back and brown sugar skin because that's what D'Angelo said. We're seated here in my beautiful studio in Berkeley, California. Everything is golden because we are magical and special as Black women. Taylor Small's artwork is behind us next to my book, but on the beautiful leather couch, we have none other than the Veronne Clark. So yes. Pronouns, tell us what you're wearing.
Pronouns, she, her. Veronne Clark, originally from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Wearing a white button down. Very much so like this bust down.
Yes, it looks good.
Well, thank you.
We like this hair.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
A little flare pants with a nice little panel down the side there. And you can't go wrong with Air Max. A little nod to the good old Valkyries, y'all.
The Valkyries violet.
Yes.
The Valkyries violet.
Indeed.
But we have to talk about your lashes for days.
Okay.
Yeah. That just that invite.
Very much so. I am super basic, simple, don't like a lot of makeup. I think a good lash, a good little lip, you're good. I don't have to do too much.
You're naturally beautiful.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. And then tell us what you do.
Man, I am a go-giver, a change agent.
Yes, you are.
A way maker. I am a social impact professional. So I give back for a living. That's what I do. I also work for a WNBA team, the Golden State Valkyries. So, yeah.
You're so kind, so modest. You are the head of community for the Golden State Valkyries. You are coming off of an incredible inaugural season, and I am just so proud of you in so many ways because you had to create community for a team that never existed. Yeah. And that team that you created community for was amongst many firsts, was sold out crowds for an expansion team. You had, first expansion team to go to the playoffs. You have an all-star. You have so many awards, Coach of the Year. I mean, the list goes on and on and on with the first team ever. And then casually, just valued at $500 million, the highest valued team in the WNBA, which in turn increases the value of the WNBA. In addition to what a lot of people don't fully understand, there's the CBA, so the collective bargaining agreement is happening right now with the Players Union, and because of what the Valkyries have done. And leading the way, it's providing a lot more power for the players to say, what the certs say, pay us what you owe us, right? Making sure that happens. But personally, I just want to say thank you for bringing something back to the Bay Area that we lost. Go Warriors. Definitely go Warriors.
Yes.
But going to Valkyries game felt very reminiscent of what happened here at the Oakland Coliseum. I love seeing the diversity of the fans. Yeah. I love seeing the families, the LGBTQ plus community. We have like just different ages. Yes. It's just great in so many ways. So, anywho. I know you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I know you. So if I'm going to ask you, what does humane rights mean to you?
Yeah. Human first and foremost, right? Rights. I think of ensuring that there are at the core a spirit, that there's justice on lines, that there's characteristics of just being human, right? And when you think of rights, I'm thinking of policies, I'm thinking of systems, I'm thinking of all of the things that make this world go round, right? And at the root of it, some people may think it's numbers, it's data, it's all the other things, but at the root of it, it's people that are really driving change and driving what we truly see as something bigger than ourselves. Yeah. Right. So.
Yeah. And you just in general as a person, you've always been you just gravitate to community. Yes. You gravitate to representation. Absolutely. In people and storytelling, which I think is incredibly powerful. So when you think about big picture of humanity. Yeah. And who you are and the intersections of community and sports and social impact. Yes. And being a Black woman in America. Yes. Why is it important for you to be in this space?
Oof. Yeah. Wow. Incredible question. It's important because, one, people need to know that you can absolutely do it. I think that's first and foremost. And doing it scared is probably something that I champion. And when I say do it scared, it's like sometimes you'll be against all odds. You'll be dealt different cards that you didn't know that you'll be dealt. But at the root of it, it's about getting up every single day and understanding that you have the power to navigate your life. You have the power to be just as big as anybody else that you see, close proximity or not close proximity, right? And, for me, it's always about, and it's so crazy, we had this conversation literally off camera, it's like always can be worse. And if it's always can be worse, why not put your best foot forward to try to make that worse better for someone else? And at the root of it all, it's about giving. And when you know that your world has nothing to do with you and everything to do with how you can give, in all capacities, right? Your time, your money, your assets, your resources, the world will just be a better place. Yeah. And, when I think of just community and when I think of how the world, operates, it truly is a rooting power of like this law of attraction of just giving, right? And being a service at the root of it. So hope that answers.
No, that's great. You did drop something though. Uh-oh. Hella gyms.
Did I drop it? Girl.
Yeah, no, all of that is true. And it is when we as Black women, we carry so much. And so to be in a position to say, like, yeah, no, we carry so much, but I'm going to, like you said, keep moving forward, essentially. That's what you're saying. Like, how do we keep moving forward despite it all? Absolutely. That's incredible. And in so many ways. So how did you get to here?
Wow.
I mean, you don't have to go back to the year of birth or anything like that. But
no, for sure.
Yeah, because you've had a career in sports for a while.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I played ball my entire life, played all sports, really. And I got a crossroad. I was in a crossroad at my HBCU. Shout out to Central State University. Ended up being the queen at that particular university and started a nonprofit with my teammate.
What do you mean queen?
So if you're part of HBCU culture, there's you have a Mrs. and a Mr.
Yeah.
And they're basically the heads of your student body. And it's not just about, putting up flyers and all that jazz, but you're actually building out policies for your school. And you're going to the government, and you're basically the sounding board for the students and also the board of trustees to make change. So was voted into doing that and playing ball, and again at a very interesting crossroad, because I did not look like the queens that they typically had, right? So it was the girly pops who wanted to wear the pumps and the dresses,
yes.
and I very much so was a tomboy. But
also same, but you do it both. You do both. Like it
yes,
happens.
now I probably mastered that. But at an 18, 20-year-old girl, like I still was trying to find my way. But what's so interesting, even back then, I knew I had to do it scared. And I had to do it in a way where other individuals can see themselves, even in me, when I was navigating the social impact space. And fast forward, understanding that I ended up starting a nonprofit in my college years. I knew that I wanted to impact people. Didn't know how, what, when, or how that was going to just transpire, but I knew that was going to happen. And through, I would say, the years go by, a turning point was I knocked on my mentor's door. I said, "What do you think I'm good at?" And he's like, "Hey, you connect people, you connect different projects really well.
Absolutely.
Think about PR. Google the hey, what school has the best PR program? Georgetown pops up." I said, "I'm going to Georgetown," right? Like, didn't even know what the hell PR was, to be honest.
And for those who don't know, public relations.
There we go. Public relations, right. He said, "Well, let's get in the car." Didn't know we ended up driving to DC, and it was the Million Man March. Now I'm this 22-year-old girl. I'm in the middle of the Million Man March, and it's thousands of Black and brown people congregating, saying that they want a better life for themselves, and they're here to just hug on each other. There were people hugging on me. I didn't even know who they were, but I knew that this is what humane means. This is what human is. This is what we truly need in terms of moving the needle. Started a great life in DC, and that's where the interesting dichotomy of just sports and entertainment fell in my lap. And because I can really talk the language of sports and entertainment, I knew grassroots organizing at the time, but really wanted to understand, like, man, there's a different level of social impact in sports, and people haven't touched that yet. It very much so, it was like a player would go to a Boys and Girls Club, sign a couple balls, and they leave. But I'm like, no, that there's something more here, that we can systemically change the dynamic of people's lives. And one thing led to another. Ended up working for a management company. It's sports and entertainment, and then the pandemic happened, right? So everything crashed.
Especially for sports,
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And simultaneously,
my name is Akilah, not Jesus, but yes.
I love this. Let's get into it. One thing led to another, and simultaneously, as I was trying to understand, like, how can we push the needle forward more, I started my own agency, Win Solutions, and this is where I would help corporations and nonprofit entities meet in the middle. Like, how could these corporations and social impact strategies really meet with this nice gumbo? And through that,
how's your roux?
Ooh, girl, tasty.
Can you make gumbo?
You know, I am from the South.
Sorry, should we not have this on live? Okay.
Don't embarrass me.
Sorry, I can. I'm vegetarian. I can make gumbo.
No, girl. So I ended up starting that particular agency, doing some incredible work on the private sector, and a mentor, again, knocked on me and said, "Hey, you can do really great work in college athletics." I said, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm having a good life in DC. Some projects were really taking off for me. And before you know it, he calls me. I was like, "Where is it?" He said, "Mississippi." I'm like, "No, I don't want to go to Mississippi. Hell no." So he calls me back again. George Floyd ended up passing away, I think, 2 days before he gives me the second.
Murdered.
Correct.
Yes.
No, correct. George, after the murder of George Floyd, he gives me a call and says, "How can I help the Black community?" And mind you, this is a white man who doesn't need anything from me. And that's when the light bulb really, really went off. And I said, wow, there's people out there who don't look like me, but absolutely want to help and want to put themselves in position to be allies and to help in a way that could be detrimental to their own lives.
Yeah.
And through that, I leaned in a little bit more and said, "Hey, well, what is it that you truly want me to lean into?" And he's like, "Ole Miss is looking for a consultant, and they are looking for a consultant to build out their social responsibility arm for their athletics department." Hold on. I can be a consultant. It's in athletics. They haven't done this. This is in 2020, so I'm like, this hasn't already been happening at Ole Miss. What the heck is that about? And ended up going.
Yeah.
Packed up my stuff, and I said, if I'm a social impact professional like I say I am, go to where the people need you. Mississippi is the poorest state in America, had the most food deserts. I would be naive to not go, right? So did that for about 9 months and got tapped again from a friend, and it was another sports team in the NBA, and they were like, "Hey, you want to come to Sacramento?" And I'm like, what is this?
Don't do that.
Where's
My hometown,
Sacramento?
It's the capital.
Where's Sacramento?
It gave y'all me.
Fair. Looked at it deeper, and at the time, Black and brown girls were being abducted at an all-time rate high, and Sacramento was top 10 in the market, and Black and brown boys were being expelled than any other race, and Sacramento had the highest rate of that at the time.
It's one of the largest school districts in America. Yeah.
And I said, if I'm saying that I'm a social impact professional, let's go to where the people need me. So that I ended up in Sacramento. And that has been the root of really my career of understanding what is the problem, what is my skill set, how can I help in the capacity of just bridging the gaps between corporate America and sports, and utilizing dollars through that vehicle to make change, right? So that's just been the root of all of it. And one thing led to another. We got tapped for the Golden State Valkyries, helping to build an identity of a team that is, to your point, one of the first things that I asked natives who are in the Bay Area, when you think of the Bay Area, what do you think of? And mind you, people were like, "You're going to Oakland? Why the hell would you do that?" Right? They're like, for really, they were asking me that.
Yeah.
And I would just ask the question like, "Well, when you would think of Oakland, what do you think of?" And just the overall, Bay Area, they're powerful words, right? Pride, power, excited, family.
Activism.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Innovation. And I'm like, what is this propaganda that people in the media...
It's just part of white supremacy, so San Francisco gets more credit, but the violence or crimes or the bipping, smash and grabbing, it's the same between San Francisco and Oakland, but... when you have more of a diverse city, they want to act as if it's just only happening on this side. Yeah. I feel safer in Oakland than I do in San Francisco, and that's because I'm part of this community. I respect the community, and I value my community, whether it is a houseless person or someone who owns the restaurant. Like, the energy's the same.
Absolutely.
And I think that sense of community here is great. A lot of people don't realize that the Valkyries are headquartered here in Oakland, California. So the Sephora Performance Center is right downtown. It's a central hub. It's also very beautiful. I always love to go there. I'm so glad I get to go.
We invite you all the time.
You do. And that's because, and this is I'm a tiny, tiny little part of the overall success of the Valkyries. Tiny, tiny. And it's true because the president said so. Thanks, Jess. Which I love. But I mean, how many opportunities can you get where you do have a pro team on this level that says, Akilah has a part in what we're doing, because there's an understanding that I'm also part of Oakland, but I am also community, and community is important to who we are, right? Yes. As a team. So I love
this doesn't work, right, without the community.
Right, yes, but it's absolutely beautiful to see. So like Sacramento was my hometown, and I was there. Now everyone's gonna know how old I am. I was there when the Monarchs were created.
Jesus.
Right. Don't do that.
You're a dinosaur?
Again, it's Akilah.
You're a dinosaur.
Jesus. But yeah, and I remember my mom's, not my father, my mom's second husband, he was fucking asshole. And I'm public about it, everyone knows. And so we were all having a meal at a restaurant, and we're talking about the WNBA, and Sacramento's getting a team. And he was like, no one's going to watch women's sports. That's why she divorced him. Good job, Mom. But no one's going to watch women's sports. And here, I was 12. And I was just like, and I was really into basketball. I was playing basketball. I was like, that is going to be my career. Like, I'm going to be a pediatrician too, but I'm going to play this sport. And this man was just saying that no one would want to celebrate us. Monarchs came in. We have a championship. People were going to games, getting season tickets.
Yeah.
And to see the Monarchs be built and also purple. And then for me to have my second life, I lived in the Bay Area longer than I have in Sacramento. And I live in Oakland, and I own in Oakland. And then I found out that I get to go through this process again as an adult with the WNBA team, who's also purple, but we say
Violet.
Violet.
Get it right.
Valkyries. I want you to know that I interviewed someone, and they were like, it's a Valkyries purple. I said, no.
No.
It's a Valkyries violet.
Thank you for correcting them.
I will always correct, because I have to, because I apparently am one of the owners of the Valkyries, so I have to
Bizarre.
I have to go and correct people all the time. Sidebar. We did a public appearance with Violet, the mascot, and
it was so good.
It was so...
It was the adorableest thing ever.
It was so much fun. I love seeing Violet because just the representation, it's just lovely in so many ways. And
it's the glasses for me.
It's the glasses.
Yeah,
I'm a glasses wearer, so I'm like, I feel seen. Get it? See what I did there?
You did there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. But no, here being in Oakland and now being able to be part of a team is just... A wonderful gift. I won't have to do anything with you the next season. I mean, I clearly will, but I won't do anything with you the next season. I'll be like, look what I did.
Yes.
Like to be part of it, which I like. I don't know. I love on so many levels. Also, I love seeing adults lose their shit over Violet.
Like, is that a little strange? I don't know. But we love that they love Violet for sure.
Well, the thing is, joy. The world is fucked, and Violet is bringing adults joy, teenagers joy, kids joy.
Absolutely.
And I really, really love seeing that. I think sports in general are bringing people joy. I think women's sports are bringing people joy.
Absolutely.
And it just, I don't know, it's just wonderful and great in so many ways. So I just want to tell folks how we met, because I think it's really important that we document our little meet cute. So Veronne was a guest at our Oakland Roots, Rooted and Rising. We had an inaugural conference earlier this year for all about getting women and non-binary folks into sports. It was sold out. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. You were there, saw you at the end being very judgmental.
The lies.
I know.
Oh. I was there rooting everyone on.
No, you're cheering everyone on. But you were definitely like... because I now know you were just plotting and scheming to figure out.
I was connecting the dots.
You were connecting the dots.
For sure.
Right. This is why we work well as friends. It's just like connecting the dots. And so I was like, well, I'm about to get into the Valkyries, because that's what I was going to connect, because I was like, the president spoke earlier in the panel anyway. So I'm like, this is my time. It's going to happen.
Yes.
And so we started chatting, and then you went into this crossed arm stance. I said, you who? Then you said, how'd you know? And I said, because that's a basketball stance.
No, you know what it is?
What?
Damn, I don't want to be real vulnerable on this podcast, but like I'm still navigating like my body posture and how sometimes that could be like that isn't intimidating. And this is what I'm learning, y'all. Like, so this is very intimidating, but if you go here, it's more
do you know why?
ease. Huh?
Do you know why?
Well, tell me. Teach me.
I'm a Virgo and I know too many things.
Okay.
So like when we cross our arms, we're closing ourselves off to people.
Fair. Yeah.
That's it. That's all that it means. So it just doesn't allow for opportunities. If you bring your hand to the side, you're open.
Yeah.
If your hand's to the side, you're open.
Yeah.
Right? And if you are a hand talker, you're definitely like open. So that's it.
For sure.
And it's so interesting because your body posture is lovely. Look at this. Look at this. You're showing off
hey, you got 30,000 cameras in front of me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Anywho, I talked shit about you, and you liked it. And then we had a we had happy hour not too long after that, and I forgot because your calendar invite didn't come through for some reason.
And then I hit you up and it's like, are we still on?
Yeah, and I was there immediately. I feel like there was an atmospheric river.
You absolutely
and I
were
came
late.
to you. Yep, 100%, 30 minutes. I will never forgive myself for that. You should have left.
She stood me up, technically. You stood me up.
But I was worth the wait.
Indeed, God damn it, you were. You were. Oh my goodness, you were.
Yeah.
Yes.
So ever since we've been able to collaborate, which is great. But every time I'm with you, it's like a fucking podcast. So now that we're on a podcast,
well, can I ask you a question?
That's what I was going to let you do.
Okay, so you've also had an incredible opportunity to work with our Ascending Stars program.
Yes.
And you were one of the speakers. And when I tell you it was a wide range of individuals, right? From early in their careers to transitioning to, how those people that were 50 years old in there that was getting information. Can you walk me through that moment and how did that experience feel with, we are literally crafting a lot of our community programming based on the needs, right? Yes, there's a lot of times there's student-focused area things that are going on within sports and entertainment, and then there's maybe seniors that folks, focus on or so on and so forth. But it was this interesting dichotomy between, there was this like messy middle folks, right? The folks that are just trying to figure out their world. And we're like, man, we want to target these folks, right? You came in and talked about leadership, talked about just the nuances of corporate America.
And the intersectionality.
Yeah,
and how that ties to imposter syndrome.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed. Tell us about just your experience of working with community with a sports team, a WNBA sports team specifically.
It was great. I really enjoyed my outfit.
It was cute.
It was, right?
Jesus.
I thought it was so great. I did. I really liked my outfit. I felt good. I had a vintage 1982 Finals 4 t-shirt on and a jean tuxedo that no one can find. Liz Claiborne and a Doan white mini skirt. It was silk. It was great. But I think the thing that's most important to me, anything Valkyries, is that I have an opportunity to talk to a room of people who aren't seen, validated, and heard. Because there's a lot of, it's not intention, there's a lot of action to make sure you have women and non-binary folks in the room who need the support to continually be leaders.
Yes.
Right? And that's what changes the whole game. So for me to go in there and say, like, look, this is a little bit about my journey, do a power, keynote, and have my little mini skirt on and cuss and be a boss and do all these things, it shows people that you can be whoever you want to be, right, in that space. I also love that, let's get Rakuten to be a sponsor. I also love that Rakuten, really is supporting this type of programming and storytelling. And I bring that up purposely because Adrian, the COO of Rakuten, also spoke at that event. Yeah. And as someone who's in charge of this massive company, who has done a lot with the Warriors and now is continually doing that now with the Valkyries, to be transparent and be vulnerable about what it's like, even in one of the highest positions, to say, sometimes you have to be yourself. Sometimes I have imposter syndrome. Those things are really, really powerful. And so for me, I got to experience something that you have, you make a cookie. And the reason why I say it's a cookie, it's like you're baking something. And so it's down to a recipe. We're going to have this much baking soda, this much, and it's very thoughtful that all these details are in there. So when people walk in, they can feel seen, validated, and heard. You have brand partnerships that also have the opportunity to be themselves and be celebrated. Because anytime you're in a room full of people who look like you or feel like you, and they are just open and sponges, it gives us the energy to keep doing the things that we have to do to move forward, to do the next talk or hire the next person or partner with the next person. Absolutely. And I think that's why the programming that you have is so powerful.
And I want to just elaborate too, it's definitely a we thing, right?
It is a we thing.
The Golden State Valkyries, it's crazy. The leadership team is a group of women, boss women who are crushing it.
Exceptional.
70 odd full-time members, so a small, lean team. But on a community front, we have 4 key main pillars: education, wellness, civic engagement, and economic development. And as we looked at what makes the most sense, the first thing first is like, how can we ensure that the data is intact, and what are the things that are going on in the community that truly needs attention, right? So we casted out a survey to understand what are some of the community needs, et cetera. And then, mind you, a lot of people don't know this too, is like there's a 7% layover between the Golden State Valkyries season ticket holders to the Warriors, right? Yeah. So that means there was a net new market of individuals who was trying to just learn more about this brand and to your point, feel seen with this brand, right? So when we're going out about, just doing different community activations, at the root of it, and I tell our team this all the time, it's a feeling. We want people to leave with something as their spirit is intact, or their spirit is connected to this activation, right? And letting them know that it was with them in mind, right? All to every little intricate detail, from when you interact with the security, when you interact with the guard, anyone, right? That it's made with them in mind. And we have, in terms of education, we have 3 main pieces here, which is literacy. With literacy, if you are in the 3rd grade, not reading at the 3rd grade reading level, there's an 80% chance you can end up in the system. We want to combat that, right? We want to make sure that kids know reading is cool. It's also a gateway to other avenues of getting the resources and things that you need. STEM. Right? We understand that girls are becoming uninterested into STEM programs around middle school age. And it's a direct correlation to the wage gap, right? So we want to ensure that we can provide resources and opportunities for them to dream and just to see themselves in these certain scenarios where STEM is at the root. And then last, underneath education, is mentorship. There are people right now that don't know that you can have a full-time job of putting something on the center hung at the games. There's so many opportunities that are connected to sports that we want to expose not only young people, but people who are just becoming involved with not only the brand, but sports and entertainment, right? And then wellness, we want to keep girls in sports. We want people to know that you can be the next Jess Smith, the Veronne Clark, the Ohemas, that you can be the next that, and you don't have to... Kayla Thornton, right? And you don't have to be a pro. You know what I mean? You can still be connected to the game and still have all of the different characteristics that sports bring you, right? And then thinking about civic engagement, like our fans, man, they're, to your point, they're at the intersection of a lot of marginalized folks, right? So we want to ensure that we are being bold and we have this sense of community where we're tackling the issue together, right?
Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind is that no one is marginalized. People are historically excluded, right? Or systemically excluded. And the reason why I say that is when we say like marginalized, we're putting the onus on the people of these oppressed groups.
That's good.
Right?
That's
good.
And
so when we point out the reason, the how, and the why, that's what gets to your magic sauce. So if folks didn't catch what you were putting down, 7% Warriors season ticket holders converted to a Valkyries season ticket holder. So that means you've brought in 93% of a new crowd.
Come on.
Because they feel more representation with the Valkyries, the team, the vibes that they're getting, right? And that environment. That's not an easy thing to do. And I own a sports team, and it's not easy. And that's something that should be commended. And the reason why that is because the world is fucked. And the Valkyries bring softness, and they bring humanity. They bring all the things that are needed in the moment to kind of keep moving forward. That's why that 52-year-old woman is going to lose her mind over Violet, because Violet feels good, right? And that's the thing about the Valkyries that I think is so incredibly powerful. And then to the we, I know the Valkyries are a we because I'm part of the success. And that's a direct relation to the focus of the community work that you've done. Hema, Jess, everyone. Shout out to Dom, like everyone who has worked on the team. Maddie and Ryan with marketing and branding and the storytelling, and you, the dot connector, connecting all the dots. So with that said, hard question. You ready?
Uh-oh. Talk to me.
What are you doing for pockets of joy?
Woo!
Oh, okay.
For pockets of joy, wow.
Besides me, obviously.
I mean, of course you,
Yeah.
right? No. Pockets of joy. I'm going to be honest. These days, pockets of joy look like 20 to 30 minutes talking on the phone with my mother, talking to my father, right? When you're on this dream of something, again, that's larger than yourself. I see my peoples once a year, right? On a short window. And I know that it's for a good cause. And so for me, joy now is when I do go home and I put my feet, literally my actual feet, in the grass, the country back roads of South Carolina.
Not to be confused with Petey Pablo.
Yeah,
North
no.
Carolina.
No.
Right.
Joy for me is just staying grounded and understanding that, again, none of this has nothing to do with me and everything to do with unity and community and how we can utilize our different gifts to beat down systemic issues.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question.
No, thank you. I just know I will get on a plane for you. Wherever you end up, we're going to be together forever. But the most important thing is that you need to keep being amazing.
Oh,
don't forget that. I mean, I know you are.
Indeed. Is
So
that for me?
I was a 2, and you were a...
I was definitely a point guard.
Yeah.
For sure.
You
a shooting guard?
#1. Yes.
You got a little shot on you? Oh. Love, friend.
Thank you so much for
awesome.
coming in. I think we have to go get a drink now.
No, for sure.
Okay. Cool.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Oh, this is cute. Big love and gratitude to our guests for showing up with truth, humor, and of course, humanity. If this conversation moved you, you gotta like it. You gotta share it. You have to talk about it. Bring it into your circles, spaces, and places. Because that's how change multiplies. You can catch more episodes wherever you get your podcasts and watch the full series produced by CL Media and me on the CL Media YouTube channel. Now, what is that YouTube channel? What you need to subscribe to so you can get more of this. But until next time, stay curious, find your joy, and keep being amazing.